Welcome to yet another episode of Face to Face with Entrepreneurs. On this episode, we have with us the Wolf of Wharf Street, Mr. Venkatesh Krishnamurthy. He's currently the CEO and founder of Wharf Street Strategies, Wharf Street Studios, co founder at MindKicks, and CTO at Wharf Street Financials. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you so much.
So, looking at your profile, I could see that you have explored multiple fields, be it being a part of gaming, blockchain, you have tried it all. Was the struggle to find the best option for you, or was it just a way to gain experience and then move on to the road to become an entrepreneur?
I would say that in our childhood, we actually have a lot of potential. We have a lot of dreams. We have a lot of aspirations,
Right.
and we definitely are calibered even today, just like we were in our childhood. Like if you see in our childhood, we were managing maths, physics, chemistry, biology, zoology. I don't know how many subjects actually. And as I'm talking about like 10, 20 years before, right?
Right.
So at that point of time, if one is able to manage so many subjects,
Hmm.
right, being a small kid,
Right.
then what actually stops them from
Learning.
going out today and like 20 years after their childhood, when they gain so much experience and expertise, why do they just focus on one thing only?
Hmm.
There are experts who actually they've come up to me and said that you just have to be focused on one thing and only then you'll achieve it. But what my thinking is, if I'm not open, right, if I'm very rigid and if I'm only focusing on one thing, am I not actually limiting myself
Right.
for my growth, for my enhancement? There is a theory even I actually share in my sessions. Like, so they actually do ask me the same question, that why am I doing exploring so many fields? Is it not very hard to manage and things like that? So as a child, if you are able to do so many things, and right now you definitely are able to do much more, because you're much more advanced than your childhood at this point. You know what you can achieve, you know what you're capable of, right? And anything is possible. Now I want to be an example for that. And there's one more I did not complete my theory. So let's say you're focused on one particular goal, right? Or one particular, you aspire to do only one particular field or grow in that. Now assume two trees. Now there is one tree which has a long stem, and then there are branches to it, the single branches, where it's like job switches.
Right.
Like the tree grows and then there is one branch coming up, then there's one branch this side, there's one branch this side, right? And then it reaches to one particular point only,
Right.
which is the peak. Now in case you have let's assume another tree, right, where there are 5 branches right from the start. You've seen these trees with 5
Yeah,
branches,
yes,
right?
yes.
So you know how exactly these 5 branches, when they progress and grow, what heights they would touch, right? That's my vision. I want to be the tree with 5 or 10 branches, or even 20 if it's possible. I don't mind, because I know what I'm going to build with that, and it's going to be massive. Than one person who is just focused and he's just doing one thing. And people who actually come up to you and tell you that you're not this is not the right path for you to actually venture into so many fields or industries and sectors.
Yes.
They're actually telling you that they are incapable of venturing into so many things. Doesn't mean that you have to change your belief for them, right?
Right.
So that's my take on it.
Right. So, you did your BTech from Vellore Institute of Technology, the same place we're sitting right now. So, sir, how important is the college life, and what are your early experimentations here?
So in my college life, right from my college life, I did my 11th and 12th from Narayana Junior Engineering College. I had a very hard time there. But then, VIT again gave me hopes. What I thought is, it doesn't matter what I couldn't make, but right now, what do I have in front of me?
Right.
I suffered for 2 years and then I got VIT. So I just increased my confidence and the belief in myself, and I said, let me do something different here. That's when I took up dual degree IT engineering. I really found it as an opportunity. And I utilized my time according to in my opinion, yes, I did make my 4 years worthwhile in VIT.
So, sir, So there must be a lot. There must be a lot of ups and downs in your journey. So I want to know that particular moment where you thought that this is the rock bottom. uh, I cannot go below this. What was that moment, and how did you come up after that?
Yeah. So after VIT, actually, I was born and brought up in Oman. So my father actually kept telling me that you should come to Oman, and you would get you can get a 10 lakh package there, right, even at the age of 21. But I wasn't very much into money at that point of time as well. But I did want a job to survive on my own, right? Like I said, I had a very rich life, so that tells you that my father was well off. But then at the same point, I wanted something for myself, because my father helped his relatives, and all the relatives just they maybe because they just kept telling that, oh, this guy is sorted off, he doesn't have to do anything, his father is building it. Now if his father has built so much, then in the next 10-20 years he'll have much more built for them. I'm talking about 9 years ago. This was my scenario. And there was one more reason why I did not actually go to Oman, is because if my father would get me a job through some recommendation, I actually just had information at that point of time, like my 4 years of engineering. I had no experience, and I considered myself to be an idiot. So I really did not want to go back, because I thought that my father's friend who would give me the job would find out that I'm an idiot, right? So I didn't go for it. That was one reason, and the second reason was I wanted to do something on by myself. I wanted to explore. I wanted to live my life. So I got this campus placement. That was the first job I sat for in VIT, and I made it through. Now when I went for I was placed in TCS. So I joined TCS as an analyst. I did work for 1.5 years, and then there were politics. There were a few things I was not okay with the MNC culture, which actually turned me down. And I got disturbed with that, and so there were many things to it. So I just left and I came to Delhi, and I thought, let me try something now, because as soon as I got placed in TCS, I just thought that that is it, right? This is the end of my life is settled. I got it in Bangalore, which is actually my native. After that, the UPSC preparation was again very hard, because I was actually giving suffering to myself when it was not needed. But in the process, I actually learned quite a lot. I learned history, geography, polity, economics. I learned science. I learned quantitative aptitude. I learned quite a lot of things, and my mind opened up there. Now I obviously didn't make it at that point of time. I didn't become an IAS. So then people again started saying that you didn't make it. So at that point of time, I actually lost belief in myself too. And I came back to Bangalore, and I was searching. I was really pushing hard for getting a job. I didn't get any job. It was 2 months, 3 months. And again, my father was telling me that you don't know what you're doing, so you better come to Oman, and you let me help you and sort you out. But then again, I still said that no, I cannot go back, because I burnt my bridge, like when I finished my engineering. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to push it. I wanted to fight it at any cost. I wanted to make make this journey my own journey, right? So after that, I kept trying. Then some friends were just telling me that they had like 3 years of experience by that time, and all of them were doing their first year of MBA, and they said that I should give it a thought. So I went for it. That was again my decision. I went to Uttarakhand. I studied in Doon Business School, which because the fees was less. Then I jumped to Amity University. I took a lateral entry, and I moved to Amity University, where I took up finance and operations. My course on all the subjects that I learned in Delhi for the UPSC preparation. It taught me about economy. Now there's a very different approach to how exactly these subjects are being taught. So I learned quite a lot from that experience, right? That 1.5 year, which everyone were claiming that I didn't make it or something of that sort. So when something like that actually breaks you down, that's when you actually just have to stay calm, and you need to stay in the journey. You cannot say I quit and go back and take a back step. If you take a back step, that's the end of the story. But I stayed at that point, and I again, I see it came back to me, right? People were saying I didn't make it, but then I tried a job, I didn't get it. Oh, I said fine, no problem. I went for MBA. Now finance, right? Most of the students in finance, my batchmates, they were not able to grasp all the concepts, but I was able to grasp all the concepts because my mind was open and I learned economy. Right now, that experience of economy and all that knowledge, I used it to learn finance and master it. Now, when I took that step to MBA, there were many people started believing in me, right? That no, this guy is still he's still in his path. He's not giving up. So I kept pushing it.
Right.
Now in Amity again, I did the same thing because in 5 months I got pre-placed and I went to Mumbai. So I went to Mumbai and then I joined eClerks, where I was working for Morgan Stanley, my client, and I dealt with commodity settlements and transactions. Now after that I went to London. Again I took one more risk where I left my job and I tried again. So in London especially, it was very challenging, and I went with a friend initially, but unfortunately that friend did not come all the way with me. He found an easy route and he left. But then at that point of time, I became even more stronger. Though I was actually broken down, I did not have money to pay for my rent. And London is actually very costly. And even Indians or anyone there who are like business tycoons, no one actually helped me. Everyone just said that all what you have done, it's not going to be applicable here. You have a lot of dreams and aspirations, so they will be dreams and aspirations if you don't take a back step. But I said that I just said thank you, and I kept going with my journey. Now I kept trying and trying and trying, and I worked with like as many companies as possible at that point of time. And people said that now he's gone absolutely crazy. I said that no problem, you can tell whatever you want, but I'm going to do what I want.
Right.
Now these 10 startups, 4 actually kind of scammed me, but then I don't have anything against them. I'm totally fine with whatever they did, because at the end of the day, they failed to understand that they couldn't steal my knowledge from me. Whatever they took away from me, they couldn't take my knowledge. Now I use that, and that's where I am today. And I formed Wharf Street Strategies, and I formed Wharf Street Studios. And that's right, because what I believe is, if something does not work, you don't have to be perturbed. If you're diligent, if you're persistent, if you're ardent in your behavior, you all are bound to be successful. We all are bound to be successful. The key is you need to believe in yourself 100% and not 99.9999%.
So when you were doing your when you had started your own company, so at what point did you feel that yes, I am getting recognized here, I am being people are getting to know me now? And was that also what was the moment exactly when your relatives also stopped saying anything about you?
So what happened is, again in August, when this August, I was actually pushing my journey, and I had people believing in me. But unfortunately, there were other people who had money. I mean, the other startups, they actually tried to take me down. I mean, not nurture me at least.
Okay.
I did not take anything from them, but then I always tried to help them. At that point, I don't know why they did that, but I took it positively, and I vowed to myself that I wouldn't work, or I had enough of learning. Now it's time to build and implement.
Right.
So right from last June, May, it's been almost a year since I have always onboarded one project a month, and I've onboarded one team member, and I kept going the same way. And as soon as I started my company and I started conducting these events, right, and we formed our company, because what I did is, like I said, I worked on marketing, I worked on tech, I worked on operations, I worked on designs, I worked in quite a lot of different fields, even research, all of it that is needed for an organization. And I am from a finance background, so I didn't have to actually work on it. But all these 6 different verticals in the company are very much essential for you to build it. So I started onboarding one team member, right, for one team member for marketing. So yeah, I mean, I did it step by step, and I did always take steps, and that's what got me till here, because all the steps they accumulated, and that became our strength basically. I did not and to be very honest, to answer your question again, it's not about people actually, and all my relatives think that this guy is already rich. Why does he need to work so hard for money, right, or to be recognized or something?
Right.
I'm not really interested in money, because I have loads. Right from my childhood, I had load. I've seen money. I'm not motivated by money. You give me 1 billion, you give me 1 trillion, I'm still going to do what I like. I don't really care. What I'll do is I'll probably use that and build another 100 teams if I have that much. Now I have I mean, I'm not really interested in money. I'm not interested in fame, and I'm not doing this for any to show off to anybody, to show off or anything of that sort. Because what I believe is money, fame, all of these things, right? They're going to come to you anyways. My main focus and what matters to me is whether I'm trying and whether I'm working or not. If I am working every day, or if I'm giving all the efforts that are needed to push my organization and make it successful, I am only concerned about that part. Money, fame, clients, all of that's going to come. And a business is not built on like money, because I have seen all these startups who have actually failed because after they removed me, I think there's a big downfall with them. So they fail to understand that it's not about money. With money, you cannot earn people, right? A business runs only if you have the right people. Right. A business is built by people, by getting people on board. It's not by getting investment on board. And this is the key of my organization, wherein I invest in people. I look for people who are talented, passionate, and I want to nurture more people out there who are passionate and who are trying to do something for entrepreneurship but are stuck here and there. They just need a little push, and I'm ready. If I find someone like that, I am definitely going to help them, because I know what it feels like when you want to try something, and when you're broken down, and when you're stuck, and everyone is wooing you. That's when, if I get a chance to find, if I get an opportunity to mentor someone, or if I get hold of someone like that, I'm definitely going to stand by them. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And sir, I also want to ask you that is there any message that you have for the young entrepreneurs of today? So, if any message that you have for the VITians, for the Indians, for all students around the globe watching you?
For them, I would like to share my quote, which is about a routine. So frustration can always kick into anyone's routine life. It can always kick into anyone's life. But when you unleash yourself, when you unleash your warrior within you, that's when you can taste freedom. Because then there is no way frustration can kick in. You're living your life and you're doing what you want to do. And that's exactly what one should do. Not follow rules and procedures, or suppress their feelings, desires, emotions just to showcase or earn respect from someone, which is indirectly killing them. They need to understand this, and changing their mindset to understand that you need to break through that routine. Unleash yourself, at least explore, at least try, at least fail, at least give it a shot, at least stay there, don't give up, don't quit. This is what they should do. This would be my message to future upcoming entrepreneurs, or anybody in general.
Thank you. And sir, now we have a interesting rapid fire segment where we'll be asking you questions, and we expect wittiness and quickness in your answers now. So, sir, if you're ready, sir. So, if you could eat only one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Spinach.
Spinach. Okay. So, your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Bahubali.
Bahubali. Favorite TV show?
I don't watch TV shows, but I have a TV series like Suits. Suits.
So, sir, did you watch it in VIT only?
No, Suits I watched when I was doing my first year MBA.
Okay. And sir, what would you do with one truck full of money?
I'd probably build another 10 teams, and build maybe 5 I can build 5 more companies with that.
Sir, okay. So thank you so much, sir, for your time. We really appreciate the fact that you were so thoughtful and inspirational at the same time. And we really look forward to work closely with you as an e-cell or whatever it is. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.